Krill puts his foot where he shouldn't. He should have looked, but he couldn't. And up in the dark, we heard a click. Dab off through a book that's on fire. Quinch decided he should get higher to fire an arrow at the convex wall he saw. He saw the trap, it was a rolling stone. It came right at us, and we should have known. We jumped out the way, but some were stuck in the zone. The trap, it was a rolling stone. Which could have dodged it if he hadn't blown. But Greg got squashed and ended up unconscious and prone. Nothing we could do could have prepared us for the trap. It smashed right through us, now I fear it will come rolling back. We should hide in a room, of course, but we're kept out by walls of force. The adventure continues.
Greg, you are now healed. You're down, still prone, but you are at least alive and well.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stand up and pop a... Do I want to do a hidden word on myself? I'll do a hidden word on myself at 3rd level.
Okay.
Which is going to be 3d8, or is it 4d8? Hold on. That's d4s, isn't it? Healing word. Let's do cure wound, then, which is d8.
Okay.
And I'll do it at 2nd level, so it's going to be 2d8.
Go for it.
Plus my spellcasting modifier.
Mm-hmm.
I've rolled a 10. Spellcasting modifier on top of that is +4, so 14.
14. Okay, lovely. Healed yourself up fairly well now. Back into the 30s, are we?
33, yes.
Yeah. Not bad, considering. Right. Anything else? You standing up, or?
Yeah, I'm going to stand up because I'm prone at the moment, you said, so...
Okay.
And there's no point in me moving anywhere else, so...
Krill.
I'll stand where I am.
Right, lovely. Krill, your turn. Oh, hang on, that was a spell, wasn't it? Can you give me a wild
yes,
magic?
of course it was. I think we're back on 1 anyway, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Yeah, so that's 12.
12, okay. Krill.
I did rage last time. I don't know if we're going to roll for that one.
Yeah, you did. May as well now. Roll it now.
It's on you for a d20.
I thought you did the d20. Well, I'll do it. It's fine. 6, so you're fine. And then this turn as well. 18. So yeah.
Sorry, Greg. Did you stand up?
Greg is standing up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll come down 10, and then is there any resistance on this doorway?
You pushing against it? Yeah. Or you trying to move into it?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you do that, you feel a wall of force there as well.
Ooh. Okay. So I am going to slap a portable window on this wall here.
Okay.
Nice.
Go for it.
Yeah, window up.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to smash through.
So as you do that, so as you put the window up, you can now see, I mean, you could have seen through the thing, but you can see, you can tell that it's worked because you can see through and you can see this stone bed essentially sort of like directly through the window.
Yeah, I'm just going to dive through it.
Okay, go for it.
There's no roll for that or anything, is there? Or
no, you just go through it, and I think you take some slashing damage. I think was in the rules.
I don't remember.
It wasn't a lot, but I think
some.
I'll give you a 1d4, 4 slashing damage. You're raging, so 2.
Yeah, all right, I'm through.
And does that maintain? Does that maintain?
Yeah, it creates a portable doorway.
No. But doesn't taking damage maintain your rage?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So you smash through, and obviously you're a little bit nervous because the last time you tried to do this was back in Matey Boy's house, and you sort of hit this almost a similar situation where you had this like force that was keeping you up. The builders of this temple, though, didn't expect this, weren't aware of these sort of things, wasn't intended to keep you out quite so much, and you go smashing through, and you just land on the other side on this rock, this stone bed.
So on the other side, I guess I'd stand back up and I'd almost lean back through and sort of beckon everyone, come through quick. All the doors are blocked.
Okay, lovely. Right, excellent. Harshnag's turn.
Oh, fuck.
He
How big are these windows?
They ain't giant size. I can tell you that, my friend. He does walk over though, and he sort of just, you could see him like he goes through this motion where he sort of, it's like
a big dog trying to get through a little cat flap, isn't it? Like.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically that. He sort of puts his head through, and you can see his shoulders get stuck. Then he sort of comes out and he puts his arm through to see if he can sort of like. And unfortunately, none of it works. And he says, "It looks like my fate is sealed. I cannot get through, Krill, but good job. A very inspiring job." And with that, you can have inspiration, actually.
I don't know if it feels dirty.
No, you can have it. I meant to give it to you before we got to Harshnag's turn, but that's an official Harshnag inspiration. You can
yeah,
trade that in at Giant Trade Post or something like that. Top of round 3, Dweezil.
Okay, what's the point of going into that room, Sam?
To be fair, I should have probably put it on the other side with the tunnel. But it was just... but, you know, like, it's...
If anything, you've created your own tunnel.
Absolutely.
Think about it.
But it was just a spur of the moment way to get out of what I can only assume will be a returning boulder.
Do we not want to, now that the boulder's gone past us, do we not want to carry on down the corridor and see what's at the other end of the corridor, though?
I mean, we saw the end wall of it.
And it was just a wall with a boulder there at the end.
I mean...
Was the boulder not just blocking whatever's behind it?
Yeah, I think we just saw a boulder, didn't we?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all you saw at the end was, essentially you saw where the wall was, or where the sort of end of the corridor was like the front, as you're looking at it, the front of the boulder. So it was, for all intents and purposes, like flush with the wall, so to speak. It wasn't like it was blocked. It wasn't like it was sticking out. It was just sort of the end of the corridor.
I mean, you lot go for it. I'm going to stay here in what is essentially Krill's new home.
10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. It is just a wall at the end, though.
Okay, so as you get there, what you can see with your dark vision is, you can essentially see a hollowed out part of the wall, so you can see that there is extra space that isn't on the map that you're looking at. Right. But what you can see is that there was definitely basically a housing unit, so to speak, of where this sphere would have come from. You do see, as you got to that point, you obviously also see that there are 2 more rooms at the end that you hadn't investigated or looked at. But even from your direct line of sight, you can see that these are similar in nature to the other rooms, i.e. there's 2 stone beds, they're large enough for giants, etc., etc. But you haven't looked in any of them. So, okay, is that your turn then?
Yeah, it'll have to be.
Okay, Daboff, you're now dancing on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll use my bonus action to dash.
Yeah.
So that'll take me to about here on the ceiling.
Yeah. So you're about 50 foot away from the end of the corridor, yeah.
And I'm going to look around sort of the whole corridor as much as I can to see if there's anything to sort of disable the trap, because I assume the trap is what caused the force fields to show up. So I'm just going to look around, see if I can find a way to disable it so that the room's open again.
Give me an investigation. Just give me an investigation flat. I was going to say disadvantage, but because you're not really being stuck on the ceiling, you're not like able to look around floors and walls and stuff like that. But I'll just do it flat. Just give me a normal investigation.
12 plus 6, 18.
Okay. You look around and you can't see anything obvious. There's no like levers. There's no like switches. You can't see anything that would look as you would expect something to switch a trap off.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's my turn then.
Okay. Quitch.
So Quitch is going to tap Greg on the shoulder and say,
If you're feeling better, could I have some healing too, please?
Imagine the man was close to dying 12 seconds ago.
Hey,
What
just
about me?
them percentages? So yeah, and then we'll just like little look, and yeah, you'd appreciate that. So
Okay. Anything else? You're just doing that?
no, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we get to the rock's turn. And you, obviously, those of you that are still there can't see it, but you just still hear the noise of it rolling, but not for the entire 6 seconds. You hear it sort of rolling for a second, perhaps, and then sort of like a thud as it obviously hits something. Roll me Quinch, Greg, and Krill. Roll me a perception at disadvantage.
12 overall.
5.
Okay,
15.
Greg. 15. Greg, you're the only one who hears like the sound of what can only sound like stone like grinding against itself. Like it's different to the noise of the rock rolling. It's just sort of like stone literally scraping against itself.
Do I imagine
And-
it's kind of hit a wall and changed direction? Is that what I kind of getting from this?
Sort of. So you hear what you hear is this in this 6 seconds. You hear a second or so of it rolling, then like a thud and like a bit of an echo going around. Then you hear like within the next couple of seconds or so, you hear like this sort of stone scraping, and then you hear rolling again.
I reckon it'd have hit that big statue in the middle of the
Yeah, I
room.
was going to say, what was the statue?
There was a statue of a giant at the bottom, which was a stone giant, was on the plinth there. And then
Was
you
he holding
hear
anything,
you
or-
hear what you hear is you hear this. You hear the sound of rolling, as well as doof, doof, doof. And that's all you hear.
It's bouncing.
Probably,
Fucking hell, we got a rubber.
I'd probably get in the room, lads. Just saying.
All right.
Okay. We are next up with Greg.
Okay, Greg will turn around, look into Quinch's big, blue, beautiful eyes and go, "Oh, yes, of course, my young chap, I shall heal you." And with that, I will do a cure wounds on you at 2nd level,
Thank you.
which is going to give you a grand total of, not that much, to be honest, 11 health.
I'll take it. Thank you very much.
Wild magic roll.
Oh yeah, another wild magic, please.
Oh, yeah. That is a 7.
Okay, we're all good. So 1, 2, 3.
And with that, I will also walk into the room where Krill is.
Okay. Where's the initiative gone? Cool. Krill.
I don't really know what I can do. Is there any... Can I do, like, I don't know if it'd be like an investigation or perception to see if there's any buttons or anything on this side that might lower said barrier or force field.
Okay. Give me an investigation, please.
Yeah, I mean, I've still not used my Bionic Inspiration, so I might...
Okay.
It's an 18, yeah, I'll keep it. 18.
Okay. You look around the room. You don't find what you're looking for. What you do find, however, is a giant bag.
Can I search the bag?
Yes, you can. You look through the bag and you see a few things. You see that there is there's an iron cooking pot, like a giant-sized cooking pot. There is a life-size, like a mannequin, basically is the closest thing I could equate it to, of a tiefling.
Dibs.
There is a large shrub that is just some shrubbery that has been just pulled out of the ground. Like there's clumps of soil still attached to the bottom of it, with some berries on there. The berries do not look ripe, I should add. And there's also a longbow, 3 daggers, and there also appears to be some parchment. And a quick I'll just give you a quick sneak. It appears to be a map, but that's all I'll say for now. Right, giving you 6 seconds. That's enough.
Yeah,
right.
that's me. I'll have lost my rage then as well.
Okay. It's Harshnag's turn, and he also heard this noise that Greg heard, and he is going to essentially travel down towards the noise to try and investigate. He goes down further to the south to try and investigate what's going on. Dweezil, back to you.
Right, this room to my left and right. Can I see any signs of any force field, or could I not see anything anyway? Was it just a touch thing?
It was a touch thing. I mean, you would have seen it. I mean, you possibly would have noticed it when the force field came down. There was maybe a little bit of shimmer, a little bit change in the air, but it's not like an obvious thing that you can see all the time. It's not like a bubble.
Right. In which case, I'm going to run 10, 20, and I'm going to prod. No, I'm going to go to the other side. Sorry, 10, 20, and I'm going to prod to see if there's a force field.
Prod some force, my friend.
Prod the force.
Yeah. May the wall of force be with you.
In which case,
it'd be lovely to have a dispel magic about now, wouldn't it? That's
20. So was that 10, 10? That's the other 10, and then 10, 20, 30. That is not ideal at all.
You've moved about 5 foot, right? 10 foot in like net.
Yeah. Net movement, 10 foot.
Yeah. I bet that room of Krill's looking a bit toastier now, isn't it?
That's where I'm trying to get to before I
dab off.
I'm just going to use my bonus action to dash and my main action to dash to get the double for 105, which I think was about there.
Okay.
I'm just going to try and get as close to investigate what that noise might have been. I'm still on the ceiling.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. From there, you can't really see anything. And in fact, where you were further up, that you wouldn't have heard it. So it was only Greg that actually heard it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Greg and Harshnag were the only 2 people that actually heard it. I mean, it's up. If Mike says Greg would have shouted it out, then perhaps you guys would have. But I don't know.
I don't think I would have. It's just a sound that I would have heard. I would have imagined everyone probably would have heard it.
Yeah, exactly. Right, Quinch.
Dab off.
Can you?
Hello.
Could you throw me the immovable rod?
Oh.
I mean, unless Nate lets me do it as a reaction.
I'd let you do it as a reaction, yeah. Under the circumstances, we're not in exact combat, so if you want to use it as a reaction, then yeah.
So I'll fly up 20 feet to meet Dab
Hang on,
off.
he hasn't said he's going to do it.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'll throw it, but I'll add the caveat I want this back. This is probably my most prized item.
of course. I'll fly up 20 feet into the air, hopefully catch the immovable rod. And
Before I throw it, I just again double check. You're not going to throw this against the rock, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'll sort of gently drop it towards him.
And I'll just turn it on if I can.
Okay, so hang on. So you're turning on the immovable rod.
Yeah.
Whereabouts are you? Whereabouts is the rod? What are your intentions with the rod? Will you have the rod back by 11 o'clock?
It stays in. Can it stay in place in midair? Right, that's what it does.
Yeah.
So 20 feet high in the middle of this room.
20 feet high in the middle of the room.
I think.
Could I suggest? Am I assuming that you're trying to stop the rock?
Yeah.
Can't stop the rock.
The rock.
You know when I said it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
I think that the rock is going to pass the DC 25, 30. What is it?
Yeah. Can you have a look at that for me, Luke? Because I know it's called the immovable rod, but my understanding
DC
is
30.
DC 30.
And it can hold up to 8,000 pounds of weight.
Right,
DC 30 strength.
It can't break, can it?
I hope not.
I think it just moves it. I don't think it breaks. I think it just would move it.
Yeah, a creature can use an action to make a DC 30 strength check, moving the fixed rod up to 10 feet on a success. So it would still slow it down.
Oh, wow. Fucking rod vibe.
Even if it fails, by the sounds of that. But it depends on the weight of that rock. If it's... It can only hold 8,000 pounds of force, which you'd have to figure out the movement force of that, I suppose.
Okay, well, let's... Okay, so you do that. Nice idea. I like it. I like where your head's at. Right, okay. So then, those of you that are... I would say now that you're all in... Well, those ones in the southern part of the room are sort of in earshot. You start hearing slowly this rolling of the stone again. And the noise of, like, as I say, as it's sort of like... It's interspaced with like a... roll, roll, roll. But that's as far as you can see. You can't see anything. You just hear it, and it's slowly getting louder and louder. Roll me Daboff, Quinch. Everyone except Dweezil. Can you roll me a intelligence?
Ooh, hello. Let's go.
13.
5.
35. Quinch Greg?
15.
15.
15.
Not sure if
So
I
it's
rolled
eight,
it or
did you
not.
say it was £8,000?
21 for Greg.
21. Greg and Quinch in particular, you reckon, doesn't sound like it's rolling as fast as when it was hurtling towards you.
Can I just add a tidbit of information? A rock with a radius... Wait, is it radius or would it be diameter? It'd be radius.
Diameter.
Okay, so the radius would be 20. It would have a weight of £5.5 million.
Is that more than £8,000?
Yeah, but it doesn't roll with its full weight, though, does it?
No.
We're not trying to hold it in the air. We're trying to stop it from moving. So it'd be its momentum that you'd need to figure out.
Wow. Fuck. Does that make it
Can we
heavier?
safely say that £5.5 million of rock is likely to push at least £8,000 of force?
Depends. Is it on cobbles?
Because then it would be slower, faster.
It'd have no friction on cobbles.
Okay.
Yeah, it's unstoppable on
It would
cobbles.
speed up.
Yeah.
Greg, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna have a look around the room that I'm in. Oh, I don't think there's much in here, is there? Not that I can see in my 20 foot. I'll move around the room. Let's
Crew
have a
just
look.
points at the bag again.
Yeah, there's not much. You can't see much more. There's just like these two stone. There's these two stone beds, and Krill sort of found tucked away in the corner like this older looking like giant's bag that he's been rooting around him.
All right. I'll come out of the room then, back into the hallway. I don't think I can make it into the next room up. Because these are big steps, aren't they?
Yeah, but remembering they've all got walls of force. The only reason you're in that room is because Krill had used one of his windows to get into it.
Yeah.
So
Stepping out is mad.
Yeah, but there's nothing in this room. That's the problem. Like, other than a bag and some big bed.
There's safety in this room?
Stop being a pussy and come into the hallway. Come on.
I'm alright, thanks. You can take another hit from the boulder and die.
It's like
Because I'm pretty sure another 55 points of damage would end Greg.
No, it wouldn't double my health. I'd still just be unconscious. That'd be fine.
How does it work if you go unconscious,
You've got to
get
double
back up,
your...
and then go unconscious again?
As long as you don't go over your hit points double.
Does it not? Isn't it?
No.
Oh, is it
You're
Pathfinder?
thinking,
Pathfinder.
you're looking for Pathfinder, Sam.
I'm not. I'm really not.
You only have 3 concussions left, Reggie Ray.
nice. Okay, Greg, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's
or
the
you
end of
doing
my go. I'm just going to move into the hallway
okay,
here.
Krill.
Does anyone want to come into the room where it's definitely safer than outside the room?
Apparently not.
Let me have a look. I don't think I've got any fucking useful actions. Nah, I'm fucking useless here. but
Oh.
that's fine. I will remain here, useless.
Okay. Okay, it is Harshnag's turn. And you sort of hear him sort of like carry on his little walk. And then he gets to a point and he's like, oh, fucking hell.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he's...
Fuck.
yeah, none of you can see him, or you just suddenly hear it in the darkness. Just suddenly hear, oh, fucking hell. Tweezer's turn.
I've got no idea what to do for the best.
Just keep heading towards safety if you want to.
But where is safety?
Crew's just pointing at himself
How
through his
do we-
window.
From where I am, you know the pressure plate that Krill stood on?
Yeah.
It's not still... Is it still depressed? Cheer it up.
Well, Krill isn't on the armor. You can't really see. You can do some investigation if you want to.
Harshnag sounded pretty depressed.
Oh, fucking hell. Based,
What
I'm
a mad
assuming that
session.
means that the thing's coming back in it. So,
Well,
I reckon that statue's pushing it back.
5, 10, 20, 30, 5, hang on, 10, and then I can get through the hole.
Yeah.
Through the hole. Right, there we go.
Okay.
Welcome to Krillapalooza.
What was that accent?
That was
Don't use my voice, Krill. Okay.
welcome
That's
to
good. So
my
you're
humble
so
abode.
So you're now in the same room as Krill. And bearing in mind, oh no, this is a different 6 seconds. I was going to say this is sort of like you and Greg sort of crossing paths at the same time. It's a different section. Dab off.
I'm just going to continue with the double dash again, which brings me just behind Harshnag. What do I see? And do I say fucking hell?
You see, as you get down there, you see that the boulder is moving back towards you.
Cool. And it's 40 foot high, right?
Yeah, so you're still on the ceiling, right?
Yes, and the ceiling's
you're-
60 foot
you-
higher.
You know for a fact that the stone is just going to pass you by.
Yeah, I'm 4 foot tall, so that in
Yep.
theory gives me 16 feet clearance.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine. It is just going to pass you by completely. Harshnag, on the other hand, not so much. Okay, Quinch. Sorry, was that in your turn? You didn't have anything going?
Yeah, I can't do
Sorry.
anything else. I've used my action and my bonus.
Yeah, sorry, Quinch.
I am going to go into the room.
Okay.
So I fly down.
Okay, and then you enter the room with the other guys.
Yeah.
You enter Krillapalooza or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Krillapalooza.
Krill's named his domain.
There's tiki torches and everyone's got smoking jackets. I may as well just leave the initiative order because I'm chilling.
Wait, hang on. It's that right? If everyone generally has smoking jackets, then I'll get my hat out, and this is the return of Jazz Quinch.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Right, we are back with the rock, and it moves 20, 40. It essentially moves past. It sort of at the end of its turn, it finishes like directly underneath Daboff. And it sort of it smashes into Harshnag. Now, because it's not moving quite as fast.
I'll cover my
see.
eyes.
Okay, he actually passes the dexterity for it, but he still takes 2 bludgeoning damage. So it's nothing too significant, but he still takes some damage regardless. Okay. As it gets to there as well, what you can see, Daboff, is little brownie point for you. You can see the other side of the rock now because it's sort of you're directly over the top of it, and you can see a small, well, not that small, but a stone giant essentially pushing this rock back up the corridor.
Nice.
Cool.
And you are correct; it was indeed the statue that you saw at the beginning.
Very nice.
Greg.
Nice.
I'm going to head back up towards where the boulder came from, I think, initially. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. You head up that way.
Can I see anything past where the boulder was at all?
Just like an alcove. There's literally like a rounded out, hollowed out hole where this boulder was. This boulder, you would assume, I'm not even going to make you roll for it, you would assume this boulder is just going to be pushed back to where it needs to go.
Cool. Could be in trouble here.
That your turn done?
That will be my go, yeah.
Krill, your turn.
Yeah, I probably should have done this last time. Can I further investigate the map?
Yeah, okay. You have a look at it, and there is it appears to be a map of not your direct area, but like the north, like so where all the mountains are and everything. That's sort of the northy north.
So it's not like a map of this place where we've.
No. It's now it's an outdoor map, a landscape map. I don't know what the term would be. But there's mountains and things like that. There's not much detail on there, but you can see that you can see the Eye of the Allfather on there, and you can see near it is like what appears to be like a town that has been circled. There's some writing on the back of the map in Jotun.
Can I read it?
Yeah, you can speak Jotun, so I assume you can read Jotun. It reads.
Ironically, I think half our party can, which is really.
Actually, you can't read.
I can't remember what we established. I could and couldn't read. I don't know if it's common.
I know you can read Goblin.
Oh, okay. Then we shall leave it.
But you see, there's writing, so you can pass it on. You can pass it on if you wish. But there is some writing on the back. Okay, Harshnag. Assuming you're doing nothing else, then Krill, you're just sitting pretty.
Nothing else for me.
Okay, Harshnag is still currently theoretically under boulder, so he doesn't really do anything at the moment. He just go except for fucking hell. Dweezil.
Another delicious episode in the can. Thanks for listening. You can find us on social media. Maybe you could share your favourite moments with us. If you have any friends or family that you think would enjoy the antics of the circus, we'd appreciate it if you told them about our podcast. What is this voice? I don't know, but isn't it just so?
If you have any spare change, you can support us financially on Ko-fi. It is of paramount importance that you do so.
Open square bracket. Hi lads, here's the script for the outro I'm planning to record. I don't know how to end it, so let me know if you can think of anything witty to finish it at. Oh.